Hello children, a very warm welcome to the virtual session again. So let us continue with the chapter 5, separation of substances, part 5. Let us have some recap of the previous session which we have done. We have done a technique called filtration to separate components of mixtures. So what is filtration, children? This diagram you have already seen. Just a recap of what we have done in the previous session. Filtration, we use filtration to separate smaller particles from a liquid or gas. A filter is used to catch the particles but allows the liquid to pass. So we have seen filtration, we have seen how experimental setup is done, and we have seen various application in our day-to-day life where filtration can be used. We have seen filter paper and the use of filter paper, different kind of filter paper used for separation. All that we have seen. Here you can see the diagram of filtration where you have a mixture of water and sand. You have taken a glass funnel in which you had kept a cone of, you have put a cone of filter paper, and then you have to decant the mixture in the funnel, and sand will be left behind in the filter paper. Water will be separated and you can collect in the beaker. So this is how filtration was done, and we have seen this in a previous session. Just a recap. Now you have to take down these examples of filtration in your day-to-day life, where all you see filtration. You can see in these examples. You have to take it down, children. Brewing coffee involves passing hot water through ground coffee and a filter. So this is an example in your day-to-day life. Then the kidneys are an example of a biological filter. Kidney is a very good example of a filter, naturally present in a is an organ in a body. Two kidneys in a human body, they act as a filter, and it will filter out all the unwanted substances from a body. So the function of kidney, proper function of kidney is extremely important for the proper growth and metabolism of a human system or digestive system, and all the organs depends on this. So each and every organ they are interdependent. Kidney will take care of the filtration part of the unwanted materials or the substances in the body. So it is a natural filter. You have to take care that you should not put excess pressure on the kidney by having unwanted or something which will affect kidney. So it's a biological filter. Air conditioner and many vacuum cleaners use filters to remove dust and pollen from the air. So air conditioner and many vacuum cleaners, they use filters to remove dust and pollen from the air. This is one of the day-to-day life example in your daily life. Let us see in your daily life this kind of a vessel where we have some pores below, and if you are preparing noodles and you are boiling it, you want to remove the excess water, so you empty it in this kind of vessel where these pores will act as a filter. It will remove the excess water and it will give you a dry noodles which you can further make some recipe of noodles, or you can have it as a boiled noodles. So this is your day to day. In your kitchen you can have this kind of vessel, something similar to this. Then you can see the air conditioner, see the filter use here. You can remove, when you remove it, after some days you will see all dust, dirt collected on that filter. So this has to be clean. You need to wash it and you have to put it again. So this act as a filter. It will take away all the dust and dirt from the air, and it will stick to the filter. Now we will go for another technique called evaporation for separation of components from a mixture. So let us see. Evaporation is a process of converting liquid into gas or vapor by increasing the temperature or pressure of the liquid. This process is often used to separate salt from salt water or salty seawater. So evaporation technique is a very simple technique. You can try at home also. In the lab we normally do this. You take salty water, evaporate water, what will be left behind? Salt. So this evaporation procedure where you are just evaporating the liquid and the solid will be left behind. This is the main principle or the basic technique of doing evaporation. Sea water has number of salts present in it. Shallow pits called evaporation ponds are constructed and salt water is allowed to stand in this. After some time, the water gets evaporated, leaving behind the salts. Common salt is separated from this mixture upon further purification. So you must have observed salt pans when you go to remote areas in villages and all, seashore side. You must have seen some salt pans where they create some pit and water is kept for evaporation. Naturally it will evaporate, not during rainy season where it is raining. uh, During hot summers, water will evaporate and you will see heaps of salt left behind. So this is how naturally we obtain salt, because sea, ocean, ponds, lakes, all that will have lots of salts and many other dissolved impurities. So the salt which we consume is has to go for further purification. So industries where you have various type of salts available in the market, they are further processed because uh, naturally what you obtain, you get a big lumps of salts uh, which have all dissolved impurities, which is not fit for consumption. So further it will go for purification. So companies and all industries work making salts, they will put some iodine because it's very important for a good health. Iodine though required in a very minute quantity in a body, but its requirement is there and is a must. Therefore further processing is done and further purification is done, and impurities is removed. You get a lumps of salt from salt pans by evaporation method. You have to take down this in your notebook, children. This is how in the lab you do separation of common salt from water. This is crucible, and you keep a tripod stand. On that you keep a wire gauze. No direct heating of the crucible. A glass crucible, ceramic crucible normally we take. You take a mixture of salt and water, you heat it, then water will evaporate and will leave behind the dry salt, which for further consumption we need to have, we have to do purification because it will have all dissolved impurities. So this is clear. Evaporation, children. Here you have a very good application of evaporation. That's why we are learning this technique. See, you can see this salt pans. This is how salt will get collected. Water will evaporate and leaving behind the residue. The residue is common salt which we consume. Here you can see salt ponds. Salt ponds here also is like a salt pans only, and here you can see heaps of salts getting separated from the ponds water. Evaporation in your day-to-day life. You can see hot tea becoming cold due to evaporation. So in your day-to-day life, you can see this technique where evaporation will help you to uh, dry your wet cloth, your garments. If you want to wear some garments which is wet and you want to dry it, what you do, you want to dry it fast, so you will iron it. Ironing will help to evaporate water from your clothes and then your clothes will get dry. So drying clothes very fast with the help of ironing due to heat, water will evaporate very fast. This is how your wet cloth will get dry easily. So one of the application of evaporation here. Example of evaporation in our everyday lives. You can see over here. um, in windy days, your clothes getting dry easily due to evaporation. Water will get evaporated from the clothes which you have washed, and the wet cloth will get dry. uh, Drying hair with the help of a hair dryer. Then after having bath, or having bath in the water, swimming pool and all, you just lie down and water will evaporate from your body. Even though you don't try to dry it, water will evaporate from your body on its own naturally. So this is a natural process of evaporation. Then you must have observed roads are full of pits, holes. During rainy season, all get water get accumulated in those pits. But when the rain stop and it's a sunny day, then water will get evaporated on their own from those pits. So this is a common sight in Mumbai, especially. You have pits and holes everywhere, and during rainy season, you see they are all filled with water. So where does the water go from the pits after the rain stops? Water will evaporate naturally. Then the roads become dry. So these are all natural way of evaporation. You can see now, you in your day to day life you will see your hair dryer also you are using, or if you don't use hair dryer, on its own you keep your hair open, it will get dry due to evaporation. So this is in your day to day life, the application of evaporation, children. So that's why we are learning this technique. I hope the concepts are clear with you. uh, we will continue with some more techniques of separation of components from mixtures. uh, Thank you, children, and have a wonderful day.